Recorded Books and One Click Digital present Santa 365, a Chet and Bernie mystery by Spencer Quinn. Narrated by Jim Frangione. "There's no Santa Claus," Charlie said. "Who told you that?" "Esme." "Who's Esme?" "At school." "Well," said Bernie, "everyone has their own opinion." "It's not an opinion, Dad," said Charlie. "It's a scientific fact." "Oh?" "From a scientist." "Any scientist in particular?" "Groucho Marx." "Esme told you that?" "Uh-huh." "Know much about Groucho Marx?" Charlie shrugged his skinny little shoulders. "He was a scientist, and he said there ain't no Santa Claus." "What do Esme's parents do?" "Drive her to school, pick her up." "I meant for a living." "Like you're a private eye?" "Yeah, like that." "I don't think they're private eyes," Charlie said. "Why not?" "They're rich." We turned a corner and drove down our street, namely Mesquite Road, the best street in the whole valley, which may be in Arizona, but don't count on me for details like that. Our ride, mine and Bernie's, was a Porsche, one of a number that we'd had at the little detective agency, each one older than the last. It's called the Little Detective Agency on account of Bernie's last name being Little. I'm Chet, pure and simple. Charlie, Bernie's kid, if you've been paying attention, lives with Lita, Bernie's ex-wife, except for some weekends and every second Thanksgiving and Christmas, when he's with us. But this was one of those every second Christmases, so imagine our mood. Tip-top! This particular Porsche was brown with yellow doors. Maybe you've seen it flashing by, so fast you just sighed and thought, hey, at least someone's living the dream. That was Bernie behind the wheel, by the way, and me in the shotgun seat. Is there anything better than riding shotgun in the Porsche? Not that I'd ever come across, and certainly not riding on the strange little bench behind the actual seats, which was where I happened to be now, what with Charlie in my spot. I loved Charlie, so it wasn't a problem, as long as it hardly ever happened again, preferably never. Plus, the truth was, not quite all of me was on the little bench. No little bench able to completely contain a 100-plus-pounder such as myself. At some point, my tail had managed to curl itself free and share the shotgun seat with Charlie in a companionable way. Was the kid somewhat crammed in against the door? Possibly. But it was nice to see my tail riding up front, kind of like my representative. My tail and I have a lot in common, if that makes any sense. We turned into our driveway, as nice a driveway as you could wish for. But hey, what was this? Someone else already parked here? That was very bothersome. Don't forget who's in charge of security at our place on Mesquite Road, namely me. This someone else was driving a bright red van with green Christmas trees painted on the side panels. The door opened and out stepped a round little dude with a big smile on his face. This was a round little dude we knew, although we hadn't seen him in some time. "Plumpy Bonaparte," Bernie said. "What the heck is he doing here?" "That's a funny name, Dad," Charlie said, as we parked behind the bright red van. "Uh-huh." "Is he a friend of yours?" Excellent question on Charlie's part, but no more than you'd expect from a son of Bernie's. Bernie was always the smartest human in the room, as many perps can tell you, meaning Charlie had to be the smartest human son in the room. Wow, my most complicated thought ever. Was I getting better with age? Look out, world. I was so happy with myself that the most complicated thought ever flew straight out of my head. Kind of like a frightened bird, perhaps never to return. But back to perps. Perp may be describing Plumpy a little better than friend. Would I ever forget the day we'd grabbed him by the pant leg? Me doing the actual grabbing, not Bernie, although that had happened once. Bernie grabbing a pant leg by the teeth. Poor Bernie had to see Dr. Choi, the dentist, soon after. Bernie was afraid of no man on earth, excepting Dr. Choi for some reason. A tiny guy with wrists not much thicker than Bernie's fingers. What was that about? I had no idea, and meanwhile, I'd lost complete track of where I was going with this. Pant leg! That was it. I'd grabbed
Sample complete. Ready to continue?